are these playbooks are there, you said, but a lot of times you go there and they're out of date.
They're out of date.
So
They're not
obviously they
updated
haven't
because
run a
everyone's
tabletop
so...
exercise or
Yeah, are
Just like
they
I
running
heard you mention.
tabletops for these types of
Nope.
events? Yeah.
No, not at all.
so it's just having that playbook in a drawer checks a box
Checks a box.
for compliance. Right?
And I was the type of person that I'm going to learn this information and I'm going to know it because I want to know it for me. And I don't want to have to keep going back and asking, hey, do you know where this is? So I go out there and I get the information. So I ended up being just the resource person of the ER, and everybody was like, hey, just ask Chaunda, just ask Chaunda. So it happens 3 o'clock in the morning, one of my doctors called me. I'm at home. I'm asleep. Hey, I hate to bother you, but can you tell me where this is? Now, you have an entire ER full of people, but you called me, and in my sleep, I said, yeah. And I told him exactly where it was, and he went right to it. He said, I shouldn't have to call you at 3 a.m. I said, no, you shouldn't.
And then if you leave, they've lost that institutional knowledge and stuff too.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not documented.
Yeah.
Have you found there's been any kind of a culture shift since ransomware operators have really taken to targeting healthcare providers as you know, I don't want to call out you or you to call out your organization, obviously. But in general,
Be specific, exactly who.
but in general, do you feel that the awareness is being raised?
It really, no, I don't. I mean, it should be. It has to be. That conversation has to happen. A lot of the C-suites in medicine, chief nursing, all of those guys they're clinical, but you still have to have that CISO or that CIO. You have to have that person in that room to explain to them why. Just like building software, you have to start with, you got to have security from the beginning. Don't try to add it at the end. But and that's what healthcare is. They're continually trying to add it at the end.
You would think with the prevalence of just the last year
Right.
alone, right? There'd be a big shift.
Right.
Why,
But no.
why not?
Perfect example. I'm originally from Milwaukee, and I just so happened to be visiting family in Milwaukee when the big, earlier this year, I want to say it was March, Aurora Healthcare ransomware attack happened there. And it was the same thing, because I knew a lot of people that worked there, and just, me calling, hey, what's going on? Chaunda, we can't even find downtown. No one knows where these forms. I said, are you guys, and I've never worked for them, but to hear that, and they were even saying that on the news, like no one knew where the forms were.
The news
no
coverage
one knew.
described it as absolute
And
chaos.
I sat there and I'm like, you got to be kidding, because I was talking about this 15 years ago.